Now I have the pleasure to present you Peter Svidler, Russian Grandmaster. He just won his game against, I forgot, against the Vugar Gashimov, yeah. Against Vugar Gashimov. He won in an opening where White has some problems in last years.
Well, I didn't really get very much. I just thought, okay, I will put this position on the board and play and see how the match develops. And at some point I was even mildly worried I once again failed to equalize, but I think he underestimated, he thought that the pawn on a5 is weak and he will have time to collect it somehow, but after he plays d5 and then the king side opens, he never has time to even think about the a5 pawn because there's always something happening in the center and on the king side. And in the end I managed to trick him somehow. I think he still could have equalized with precise play even after that, but then he missed rook g1, I think. He thought that after he trades the bishops it must be a clear draw, but in fact after rook g1 he is very lucky that he doesn't lose a lot of material immediately, and even though he doesn't, he still ends up in a very poor endgame, which I managed to finally convert somehow. I'm becoming a bit of an endgame player. I won 3 long endgames in the European Championships a week ago, and now this. I think I'm growing up.
Let's talk about the opening again, Russian opening Petrov.
Yeah.
When did you win the last game against the Petrov? Is it?
No, I win some games occasionally. I won a very important game in a team competition in European Club Cup in 2009, I think, against Motilov in the last round. No, I won some games against the Petrov. It's not all draws, but not very often. And in general, against people who play the Petrov, I play 1c4 or 1g3 or some bullshit like this.
How does he feel now? I mean, it was the, let's say, the decisive win in this crucial match.
Now it seems that we're winning comfortably because Arkady is probably winning now. But yeah, at some point it became very, very tense because I think Arkady was in trouble and we could have easily lost that match. So I felt that it's very important that I convert my advantage. And no, it's a great feeling because the last season was probably my worst ever in the Bundesliga, and I really wanted this season to do better and to help the team, and I think today was an important result in this respect. I mean, it's obviously the crunch match, and I think I did what was needed. And it's always a great feeling in a team competition to provide a win on a high board so that everybody comes down and people feel safe.
I've realized during your game, you are always after you're making a move.
Yeah, I never sit down.
You never sit down.
No, I need to walk. I've always been like this since I was a very little kid, and people tell me I should sit down and work at the board, but I've been like this for 25 years. So
yeah.
Why should I change?
What are you doing when you're walking around? Are you looking at the games? Are you?
Well, I mean, it's a team competition, so you have to pay attention to what's going on the other boards. But mainly, I'm just, relaxing and thinking about my own position. I don't need the board for my own positions.
So you were aware about the other games in this match?
I was paying very close attention because I felt that, I need to. Because at some point, I had an option of taking a clear draw or playing on in some endgame where I possibly would have been a pawn down for some compensation. And I thought, if we were doing exceptionally well at this point, I probably would have taken the draw maybe. But I thought, the white games look a bit dodgy now. Peter Heine is probably in a lot of trouble, and Arkash I couldn't really tell, but it seemed to me that he's not doing very well. So I thought I must play on, so I decided to play on.
Okay, Peter, thank you very much for your comment.